The pitcher winds up, throws a curveball, and Whites and Luxembourg hits a grand slam to win the game.
A mesothelioma diagnosis? You won't be alone with Whites and Luxembourg on your team. Compassion, experience, and a winning track record. Call 917-LAWYERS. That's 917-LAWYERS.
Watch the Yankees Hyundai Sunday Game of the Week, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers. There's never been a better time to test drive that Hyundai you've always wanted. Visit HyundaiUSA.com today.
How do you feel?
A waterfall made of fire. Goats that defy gravity. A turning point in history. A palace carved out of clay. The place where we grew wings. A thunderstorm beneath your feet. An eternal torch and an enduring dream. National parks are extraordinary. So is the support you give them.
Stadium. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Yankees batting practice today, presented by Audi. I'm Nancy Newman. The Yankees took Game 1 of the 2025 Subway Series in style. They have won 7 of their last 9 games. They're a season-best 8 games over 500, and they did it by earning their most lopsided victory over the Mets since 2019. Chalk it up to some timely hitting, especially from Cody Bellinger and Paul Goldschmidt. Bellinger knocked the Yankees' first hit of the night when he lined a single to center to extend his hitting streak to 11 games. More on that in a moment. He beat out an infield single as part of that 4-run third inning and really hustled down the line, reaching a sprint speed of 29.4 feet per second. And then he helped set up another rally with a double in the 4th. As for Goldschmidt, he came through with RBI singles in the 3rd and the 4th, including a hard grounder through the left side that increased the Yankees' lead to 5-1. Back to Bellinger. That was his second 3-hit game of the season, and this is tied for the 3rd longest hitting streak of his career. He's batting .340 over this 11-game stretch with 5 extra base hits, 5 runs batted in, and an OPS over 900. After the game, Bellinger talked about what's been working for him in the batter's box.
Feeling good with my mechanics of everything, and ultimately just continue swinging at the right pitches. Having a good plan and just preparing every day to try and help this team win.
You mentioned pitch selection, but also have you tweaked anything specifically with the mechanics?
Yeah, I think for me, I think it's been had some good conversation with the hitting coaches, you know, what I was doing early on, you know, chasing pitches, why am I chasing pitches, and, you know, obviously minimizing those mistakes and just trying to capitalize on the pitcher's mistakes.
You've played in big games in the past, obviously, but what did you think of the overall environment out there tonight?
That was really fun to be a part of. It was loud, the stadium was full, and really any Friday night, Yankee Stadium so far has been really fun to be a part of, but this had, you know, obviously just was full of energy.
Fun to watch, too. Let's move on to Game 2, and we begin with the starting pitching matchup for the Mets. It's Griffin Canning, who's doing well in his first year with the team. He's 5-1 with an earned run average in the 2s. And for the Yankees, it is Clarke Schmidt coming off his first victory of the season. Schmidt had his strikeout stuff working in that last start against the Seattle Mariners on Monday. Finished with 6 strikeouts over 6 innings. He allowed 3 hits, 3 runs, walked a pair. Outside of his second start of the year against Cleveland, where he allowed 5 runs, Schmidt has an ERA of about 3.5 in his other 4 outings. This will be his 3rd time pitching in the Subway Series, but he hasn't started a game against the Mets since back in 2020. Schmidt has really settled in following his delayed start to the season. Over his last 3 outings, he has an ERA just above 3. He's striking out nearly 1 batter per inning, and he's holding opponents to a 193 batting average. He's also gone 6 innings in back-to-back starts for just the 2nd time in his career. Meanwhile, after spending his first 5 seasons with the Los Angeles Angels, Griffin Canning seems to like his new surroundings in Queens. Over his last 5 starts, he's 4-0 with a 1.33 ERA. And even though he is coming off a no decision against the Chicago Cubs, he held that high-powered offense to just 1 run on 2 hits in 6 innings. In fact, Canning has given up more than 1 run in only 2 of his 8 starts this season. This will be Canning's 4th start against the Yankees, and he's yet to factor into a decision. He has an ERA near 4. The Bombers are hitting just a few ticks under 300, though he also registered a career-high 12 strikeouts versus them back in 2023. A few batters to keep an eye on today. Aaron Judge and Paul Goldschmidt have each homered off Canning. Anthony Volpe is 4 for 8, and Cody Bellinger has a couple of hits as well. For the 2nd time this season, DJ LeMahieu will be in the Yankees starting lineup. He was 1 for 3 with a walk in his last game against the Seattle Mariners, and today he's batting 8th and playing 2nd base. In our Toyota quote of the day, Skipper Boone talked about why he liked this matchup for DJ.
Just kind of looking at the lay of the week, excuse me, wanted him in here for this one, and then versus the lefty tomorrow. Yeah, they like the matchup.
Clarke Schmidt seems to continue to take steps forward. Just when looking at his last outing, what stands out to you, and what more can he do to continue to? Yeah,
Clark's in a good spot. I feel like throwing the ball really well, spinning it well. His cutter's in a good spot. So all the things he needs to go out and be successful, and hopefully he can do that again today.
Brian, to the right.
Aaron, what have you seen from Cody over the last week or so that's jumped out to you?
Pitch selection, swing at the right pitches, better balance at the plate, and add those 2 things up with his bat to ball and athleticism, and now the results are starting to follow with that. But I think it's really as simple as that, from what we're seeing, just putting together good at-bats.
Okay, we're just getting started here on Yankees Batting Practice today, presented by Audi. Coming up, our David Cohn joins us. We'll get his thoughts on the Subway Series, Carlos Rodon's performance last night, and the incomparable captain, Aaron Judge, next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Stay here.
Yankees Batting Practice today is presented by Audi, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Yankees. Visit your tri-state Audi dealer today.
For new businesses, Fiverr Freelancers is like a backbone. You can find anything. My name is Jimmy Valentin, and I'm the founder of Juba Talents. I've seen musicians go through a lot, and this app will really help them. Working with Fiverr, it was pretty easy. All I did was log on. I went on search, I typed in app development. I found freelancers. I picked the one that would fit my budget and the one that had great reviews. I got exactly what I wanted with just one click.
Join Fiverr today and get something going.
Don't throw that in the trash.
Is someone there?
Down here, baby. You got a fear of grinding?
Well, no, but I was just...
Keeping food waste out of the trash and out of the landfill is better for the planet.
Really?
It also keeps your kitchen cleaner and fresher. That trash is getting kind of ripe. Just saying.
Nothing grinds more types of food waste than the next generation of InSinkErator garbage disposals.
Vegetable peels, fruit pits. Look at you.
I couldn't have done it without you.
You got that right.
InSinkErator. Kitchen better.
Well, if you want my 2 cents on interest rates, we got options.
My 2 cents. This one's priced to sell. My 2 cents. My 2 cents.
My 2 cents.
My 2 cents.
My 2 cents.
Here's my 2 cents on planning for the future. Interest plus interest equals more interest. Come on, now. You gonna drink that?
Hi, Joan. Perfect timing. I have a few questions.
Ever get a sign the universe is trying to tell you something? At University of Phoenix, you could earn your competency-based master's degree for under $11K in less than a year. Get started at University of Phoenix.
Michael and Paul for the call. Love visiting with you.
Thanks, Nancy.
Let us step aside one more time here on Yankees batting practice today, presented by Audi. We've got much more to come from the Bronx. Stay with us. What a day in store.
The AI expert from Fiverr just launched our app.
The app significantly improved the site's conversion rates. And Jared, he's still waiting for that high five to this very day. Fiverr, hire a freelancer today.
Enerpac ultra-flat hydraulic cylinders have a high capacity and are incredibly durable, with a wide range of models to choose from. There's an ultra-flat C ULP cylinder for most low-clearance applications up to 100 tons. Buy now at enerpac.com.
Don't throw that in the trash.
Is someone there?
Down here, baby. You got a fear of grinding?
Well, no, but I was just...
Keeping food waste out of the trash and out of the landfill is better for the planet.
Really?
It also keeps your kitchen cleaner and fresher. That trash is getting kind of ripe. Just saying.
Nothing grinds more types of food waste than the next generation of InSinkErator garbage disposals.
Vegetable peels, fruit pits, look at you.
I couldn't have done it without you.
You got that right.
InSinkErator. Kitchen better.
Can go a long way. And though they're darker than the darkest night, they make you see everything in a new light. Get 1.9% APR for up to 60 months on the purchase of select new 2025 Sportage and 2025 Sorrento models.
Good news for your human families. T-Mobile will pay off their old phones up to $800 and give them 4 new iPhone 16s on them. Means an iPhone for your human and your human.
T-Mobile's Family Freedom will help pay off your old phones and give you 4 iPhone 16s on us.
Luxury isn't about where you go. It's about how you feel getting there. With the thrill of 375 horsepower and the convenience of a 14.5-inch display. It's about being able to see things bigger than ever. And turning a playlist into a concert. Welcome to the 2025 Genesis GV80 and GV70. Lease the Genesis GV70 for $449 per month. Exclusively at your tri-state Genesis retailers.
Hey, good morning. I'm Commander Randy Hayes, stationed here in Newport, Rhode Island from Belmore, New York, heading out to Yokosuka, Japan as a commanding officer at USS Howard. Go Yankees.
It is great to have you with us on Yankees batting practice today, presented by Audi. Back in July of 2021, the Yankees made a trade with the Pittsburgh Pirates that certainly didn't register as a blockbuster, but once he put on the pinstripes, Clay Holmes became one of the most dominant relievers in all of baseball. He's now a starting pitcher for the Mets, and Meredith Marakovits caught up with him as he returned to Yankee Stadium.
Thank you. I am with Mets starting pitcher Clay Holmes. Clay, you spent 3.5 years here in the Bronx. You walked in the other day as a member of the New York Mets. How odd was it for you to walk to the visiting clubhouse?
Yeah, I didn't really know where I was going. I pulled into a different spot. There's different doors I walked through. I wasn't sure which way to turn in the tunnel, so that was different. And just finding my way just around the clubhouse was the first time I've been over there. It was different, but you step on the field and a lot of things feel the same, so it's good to be back.
How much do you still talk to some guys in that clubhouse?
Yeah, we got a lot of good friends over there. Still keep in touch with a lot of the bullpen guys, some of the coaches. So I mean, you spend that much time with people, and you go through kind of what we've been through, and you develop really good relationships. And I think just to see them do well, catch up with them, it's been a great time.
Prior to this, the last time you were on this field was for the World Series. When you look back at your time with the Yankees, what stands out to you?
Yeah, obviously, last night, the atmosphere was, there was a ton of energy. It was, electric, and it took me back to the last time I was on this field was for the World Series, and it just took me back to a lot of memories, and there's just a lot I can be grateful for, and I am grateful for my time there with the Yankees. And I think just playing for this team, the guys in the clubhouse, and getting to experience the World Series, and really just, it's where I took, a lot of this next steps in my development. The sinker, I learned new pitches here. I mean, it was, a place that, I really kind of took the next step forward, and it's something I'm appreciative of, look back on with, a lot of gratitude, and, like I said, it's nice to be back and, think back on some of those.
Hey, you talk about that development, a new challenge for you this year. You're a starting pitcher. How did that whole conversation come about, and how quickly did you buy in?
Yeah, there was a couple weeks after the World Series, there was some small talk, kind of with my agent about, would there be any interest? There's some teams maybe have asked for it. And, it kind of got me thinking that, maybe I could expand my arsenal and maybe this could be a real thing. And so we kind of explored it more, and soon we found out that there was going to be a real opportunity. So I had to make a decision. And, I added the sweeper here with the Yankees, I added a new pitch, something I enjoy doing. I just enjoyed that part of the game, and I feel like it would be a new challenge and, something that I feel like I could do as far as expanding my arsenal. And just to have the ability to do that, to kind of move to the starting role, on a winning team was really an opportunity I couldn't pass up. And so, I'm glad that, I had the opportunity, and, I'm getting to, really just stay engaged with, just the pitch design and who I can become as a pitcher.
Also added a kick change, right?
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about that pitch. How did that come about?
Yeah, I mean, it was probably midway through the year last year. I started messing around with the changeup just in the bullpens pregame with some of the guys down there. There's quite a few good changeups we had last year, and it was more of just messing around. And I found out that I probably could throw a changeup. Found a grip that seemed to be working, and something I just played around with throughout the second half of the year last year. And it was one reason why I believe I can become a starter. And as I went into the off season and knew this was going to be a thing, I was looking for ways to really enhance that. And there's a few guys that started kind of spiking the middle finger, with the changeup, and so I just figured to give it a try. And it was something that's kind of really took the changeup to a little bit better level for me, and it's really been a pitch that I can lean on against lefties here. So it's been a nice addition so far.
All right, David Cohn's in our booth, and he needs to know, where are you having more fun, as a starter or as a reliever?
Man, they're so different. I was so used to showing up, every day like this. You're working through the day to build to this, moment at the end of the game, and every day you're turned on, and it's taken a little bit to turn that off, but they're just so different. I think I really enjoy the aspect of the planning, the preparation, the analyzing of the starter. But man, I mean, there's nothing like running out, from the bullpen, the close game, and just the excitement and the drilling you get from that. It's tough to beat. So I enjoy both aspects, and I think I'm slowly adjusting to kind of turn things off and enjoying the off days right now.
Time for one last break here on Yankees Batting Practice today, presented by Audi. We will wrap things up after this as we move closer to Game 2 of the Subway Series 2025.
Can you engineer a feeling? Is there a formula for bliss? Can a car do more than get you there? Can it move you? Questions matter, as long as you're asking the right ones. How we get there matters.
I feel your validation, and I reciprocate your generosity.
You know what's surprising?
What, how well we're handling all this?
No, the prizes you could win with the new scratch-off games from the New York Lottery.
That is actually incredible. One sec.
You're a light to those around you! You can take your light, and you can have a nice day.
Nothing surprises a New Yorker like new monthly scratch-off games from the New York Lottery, with prizes up to $3 million.
Spot that's never out of sight. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month for 36 months, or get 3.99% APR for 72 months. Hurry in.
style, or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0.9% APR on 2025 Sierra 1500 models. Or current eligible GMC owners get over $7,800 total value on select Sierra 1500 models.
Take a deep dive into the Yankees minor leagues with Conversations, a homegrown podcast with Connor Foley. The latest episode features AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre manager Shelley Duncan. It's available now on the Gotham Sports app. Let us take a quick look at today's injury report, brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Oswaldo Cabrera underwent successful surgery on his fractured left ankle. And while Aaron Boone said they will know more in a couple of weeks, it is unlikely he will return this season. Earlier, we mentioned that last night was the Yankees' most lopsided victory over the Mets since July of 2019 in what is perhaps a sign of a healthy rivalry. 17 of the 27 Subway Series games since then have been decided by just 1 or 2 runs. It is a battle every time these teams meet. We shall see who prevails today. Here are some keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Juan Soto has 5 home runs and a slugging percentage over 600 across his last 13 games. And the Mets own the best ERA in baseball. For your New York Yankees, Aaron Judge had his 22nd multi-hit game of the season. That is the most in the majors. And the Yankees lead the AL East by 5 games, which is the largest lead in any division right now. That does it for this edition of Yankees Batting Practice Today, presented by Audi. Our next BP TV comes your way Tuesday, 6 p.m. I will see you then. Right now, our game day coverage rolls on. It is game 2 of a 3-game set versus the crosstown Mets in the Bronx. The home team took game 1. What does game 2 have in store? Clark Schmidt gets the ball for the Yankees. We've set the scene. Time to hand off the best pregame in the business. Next on Yes and the Gotham Sports.